G'day and welcome back to the channel. On this episode we are at day 2 of the Adelaide Motorsport Festival. There is currently an event going on with a lot of tyre screeching, whether it be drifting, supercars, old V8s, no idea. Let's go check it out. Well folks, welcome back. So last night was a hell of a night. I got out of there, went for a run, went and had dinner, literally crossed the road and passed out at about 10 p.m. I aimed to do a bit of editing and a little bit of extra stuff, but I was just too worn out because of the day. So we're heading over there now. Currently got all of my luggage with me, as you can see. So we're gonna go check out the Minisport stand, see if we can have another great fun-filled day. Doesn't look overly great in terms of the weather. Looks a bit average, but it beats it having a 40-degree day and blistering sunshine. Maybe today I'll actually remember to put some sunscreen on. Also on my social medias, I've been doing a few videos for Minisport and even uploaded a couple of things on my own channel. I did get a couple of people ask about a couple of things that they wanted to see, so today I'm going to fill those wishes and get some footage of what you've asked for. Now, speaking about social media, there was one thing I put on my feed last night. Essentially down here in Adelaide, the shops shut fairly early and I'd forgotten my phone charger. Now, I've got a quad lock with a wireless head and it's magnetic, which is super convenient. Especially when it's plugged in, you just put it on there, clips on, done, away you go. Shout out to Quad Lock. Maybe you can jump on board. Essentially, I took the wrong charging head. Took the one without the charger. So I got down here, and because I don't need a charger, I just use USB-C cables that plug directly into the Quad Lock wireless head. Before I knew it, my battery was at 11%. So I got an Uber out to Coles. Coles was shut, and it wasn't late. It was only 7 o'clock PM. So I then went to the service station and bought a charge cable, 2 bottles of water, a protein bar, and a snack for the walk back. $57 later. So that is the most expensive charge cable I've ever bought. Probably cheaper than the actual overall cost of the Quad Lock in which I bought. Once again, shout out to Quad Lock. Great products. So I learned a very valuable lesson. Make sure you always take your charger, and when in Adelaide, don't go out at night expecting that Coles or Woolies are going to be open late, because they're not. Learn from my mistakes, people. Thought I'd just quickly stop and just have a quick chat about this with my luggage in the way. One thing Adelaide does have is a lot of scooters promote the electric scooter industry, which is really nice. You can actually hire these. You just punch in the code or tap your phone, whatever it is, just up here. There you go. It shows you how much charge and how far you can go. And then you just pay for what you need. Super great idea, and they come with helmets. Here we are, back at the Minisport stand.
Fantastic job at drawing the circuit.
And we got Jono there today. Not sure about the others, but we'll go in and say g'day.
Contingency. Just flick a switch.
Morning, mate.
Okay, let's just swap these 2 categories around.
Good.
Drift boys, you happy to go out?
Mate, how was it yesterday?
We would pay to go out.
Fun day.
So,
hot.
Wonderful to have
Blistering
Dan
hot.
and his guys
Very
here
hot, yeah.
drifting
A
SA,
little bit cooler today, a little bit more humid.
giving us
Yeah,
some
definitely.
real cool entertainment.
This is Jono, by the way, guys, in case you haven't met him, the owner of Minisport. Any questions, make sure you hit him up. Day 2, folks. We're back. We're here. We're live, out and about. Gonna go check out some of these cars. A couple of subscribers wanted to see the 787B Mazda. So we're gonna go find that. I was gonna grab a coffee, but I'll do one in a sec because I cannot film and hold a cup at the same time and talk because, you know, I'm a bloke. So we're actually gonna see some let's put my teeth back in. We're gonna go see some events today. Looks like it's just Jono and I at the stand. Essentially, the other guys just decided that they'd had enough and didn't want to come in. Oh, not really. I don't know why they didn't want to come in for it, but that's cool. So we're just going to lock up my stuff in the cars and then head on out and actually go watch some events. I think everything goes for like 15 minutes at a time, so they'll do an event and then they'll move straight on to the next one. So they're not actually out there properly racing. They're not out there, you know, competing against each other. They're just having a good old time, which is really good. And looks like, or sounds like, we're having something come down behind us. Let's have a look. Can't see exactly what it is. Crikey. It's like NASCAR. I'm sure that was some sort of Lexus. That's pretty sick. We don't have NASCAR here in Australia, so to see that sort of thing out here, if that's what it was, is pretty cool. I don't think it's a sprint car, definitely not. So yeah, today we're just going to go actually sit down and watch some events, which would be really nice to be able to see some extra stuff. Yesterday we were pretty much just on and off with the filming, and we didn't get to see anything and everything that we wanted to. So today it's going to be that day in which we're going to go check them out. First thing I came across, this thing here, old Kingswood, I think, which is really cool. Mad old little beast. Right, let's head on over and have a look at these. How's that for a blower? Twin 12 amp hour Milwaukee batteries. Cooling that thing down. That thing must get seriously hot. Look at this. Look how low this is to the ground. I would assume that this thing lifts up at the front, otherwise there'd be no way you'd be able to get this thing out of there. Not without serious damage anyway. I think this is what we're all looking for.
Well, Matt Harvey, who was our winner yesterday in the Tomo Tyres Power Plus Fuels S13, is he's found the greasy line on the edge of the racing line. So
here we are.
These drifters are on the absolute limits. Yeah, the slightly damper and more rubber covered piece of track. The cars just absolutely just slide away. Much like past each other, they're actually going to be focusing on getting quite nice and close and following that lead car wherever it goes. You can see Tim Grease there and Tim Motorsport here being almost deep in Green Hill in that 180SX, the 2J under the bonnet. He'll be through the edge and right on the edge of the track. Tim Grease just pulling a tyre on the edge, hand out the window, he goes, it's alright, we're all good.
Just casually going to get run over.
It's a jump sport, that's what the judge is looking for. So the judges at the start of each event, they set it up.
This guy's got a damn camcorder. There's some of these beasts just sitting here. Now I'm going to have to get someone in the comments to let me know exactly what these cars are. Is that a supercar? Maybe? Yeah, I'd say it probably is. Oh yeah, V8 supercars. Just scroll in and have a look. Jamie Wincup's car. 888. Jamie Wincup's number. I'm not actually a big fan of V8 supercars. Like, I'll watch it, but I don't know them too well. So apologies to anyone if I get it wrong. Bunch of spare tyres just in case. Got some Ryobi blowers, which I'd imagine they probably just use to keep the cars cool. A Formula One thing, which is cool. Just doing some maintenance and repairs, I'd imagine. Got some really cool cars in here. Pretty sure they've got a jack that sits underneath the cars, and they just put in a airline and it pushes out pistons from underneath the car and lifts it up so they can actually work on it, so they don't have to use a physical jack on it. I think. Please, someone in the comments let me know if I'm wrong. Could be.
How long is it? Jared Lindbergh has been driving that same Corolla wagon for about 15 years now. Different engine combinations and drive lines and everything like that. Currently, it's got the 1.5 JZ under the hood.
See what they're up to here.
As Simon Lockmore, another been drifting. It is such a workhorse. You can put so much power through those engines, and that will just take it. We're talking, you know.
So, I've said this before on my channel, I'm a car guy, I love cars. I don't actually know a lot about specific model cars, but look at that, they had a external starter motor with this massive long rod. So they'll hold the starter motor and they'll stick it inside the back of the bell housing, and they'll hold it and then turn it on, and that's obviously what starts the engine. So they mustn't run a starter motor itself. So it'd be interesting to know if someone in the comment section just let me know about the section just back there, about if I'm correct or not. So whether it be that they just run too high compression, or if they're unable to simply just start the car because maybe they don't have a battery, maybe they just run off the charge from the alternator. I'm not entirely sure. Looks like there's some drifting going on, so we'll go check that out, and then we'll come back and have a look at the rest.
We were yesterday, of course, here to kick off the live stream. As much sideways action as we can get is usually how it goes. The guys in ahead will be going, well, we're almost done here. I've still got a little bit of tyre left, so let's try and use all of that tyre before I can take them off at the end of the session.
So it looks like we just got to the end of this session. I was standing over that speaker and I almost went deaf. A couple of A86s, 370Z I think it was, that was cruising around there. So drifting isn't something I'm really into. I've done some of it before. I've done a drifting course, which is cool. That was really mad to be able to actually get out there and properly
using that sort of
gonna go deaf.
in running these cars. But of course, that is it.
Yeah, it was cool to actually be able to get out there and do some skids, do proper drifting, because, you know, unless you try it in your own car or you're confident, you know, there's a time and a place for it, and, you know, the street is definitely not that time nor place is it to do it. When you have someone who is a professional at their job and seeing them do this and make it look just graciously live as well is just next level. It's really cool actually to be able to see someone do something like this and just make it look just seamless.
Real absolute pieces of absolute work over there. There's a lot of real intricate fabrication in these cars, because these cars are all custom made. They're not quite
there
like
we go. So that one's got that jacking support mechanism underneath.
Very unique, some of the stuff that's done to these cars,
which is mad.
Awesome. Thanks ever so much, Ben. We'll see
just getting my photo. That's fine.
On the outgrid. So while we're recovering the stationary use on the infield, we will go to a Repco ad.
Dodge Viper, that is a vehicle you do not see much.
Big motorsport in recent
A V10, I think, from memory. Like, you just don't see these in Australia. Period. Ferrari. Not sure what that one is. Someone's coming down here. McLaren, crikey. The money that goes into this sort of event and into these cars to get them ready for doing this sort of stuff. You know, it's almost a full-time job. Well, I suppose it is probably a full-time job for those sort of people who do this sort of stuff, which is really cool. And if you do any of this sort of thing, whether it be drifting, motorcar, sport events, rallying, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to be able to hear from people who do this sort of stuff on a weekly basis or monthly, whatever it may be. Right, so we've got some more cars over here, so we'll go check these out. Porsche Carrera, I think it is. Someone will probably correct me if I'm wrong. Evo. These were the cars that were out there yesterday. The Rexy, the old Merc. This thing was flipping sideways. It was awesome. Cortina, I think it is. An Escort. Someone would probably tell me I'm wrong. Lancia. It's that little Fiat. How cool is this thing? Yoo-hoo! 2 wheels, baby.
The Adelaide Motorsport Festival, and he spoke to Jack Perkins just a couple of minutes ago just before he jumped in one of the Heritage Touring cars.
How cool is that old Martini sign? I love that. Here we go. Just come off the track. The colours on the A86. It's Toyota Racing colours, I think. Oh, she's gone a bit hot. Oh no, he's just cooling it down. Smart idea. .370Z Beamer. Look at the camera on this thing. That's out of control.
Did you like it out there? Did you like it?
This is for all those JDM drift fans and anyone and everyone who's into this sort of stuff. We've got a vehicle under tow here. Have a look at this. Legally, you can't do that on the road in Australia. It needs to be a solid beam, just FYI. A little bit of fun facts and trivia. Sounds like we've got something with a bit of girth starting up. Let's go have a look. I think he's driving out actually, to be honest.
It's green and white on it.
This is stuff that I would love to get into, but I've got too many commitments at the moment where I can't just dedicate myself to it.
I really enjoyed sharing the track with Nancy Bottle. They at the tail of this train. That machine has got a lot of history. Chassis number PE002. Perkins workshop in Moorabbin. First actually made its debut overseas. And then Pukekohe, and it was the outright winner of Pukekohe back in 1987 before it came back and did the quick It claimed a number of pole positions that year, second place in the Sandown. A lot of
and there it is, the view with its owner, Mr. Kushima.
This sort of stuff just gets the heart pumping, the blood racing. You enjoy things just that little bit more. It makes me want to get involved in this sort of stuff. Wouldn't mind trying to get into watching Formula One or Le Mans or something. Even just being at the event, I find is easier than being sitting at home watching it on TV, because you get more of an understanding of what they're doing and how fast they actually go. And anyone that's ever been to these events knows exactly what I'm talking about. Well, don't get me wrong, I'd sit there and watch it on and off on telly, but being at the actual event and getting a real understanding of how fast these people actually drive is just next level. So, time to go grab that coffee, because it has been about an hour and a half since I said I'd go get it. Let's go check it out. Grab a coffee, find a seat, and sit down and enjoy the day. was actually pretty sick, being that close to something that loud, that intense. I don't actually know a lot about that vehicle, that 787 I think it is, or the 767. Someone please comment and let me know how wrong I am. But yeah, I don't actually know what that was, but there's been a lot of hype about it on my channel, on my social media, should I say, for people to have a look at it. So it's cool to actually get up close and see that thing.
This was the very, very quick Ferrari.
Celebrated 40 years of the Italian manufacturer when it was released in 1989. This car, close to my heart, the big V12 Enzo. But yeah, tell us a bit more about
The F40 was 3-litre twin turbo and made about 500 horsepower. So we're talking in 1989. So it superseded the 288 GTO, but 500 horsepower. And a bit more engine than perhaps some of the Ferraris that we're used to.
23.38
Right, so at the moment, folks, we've got the F1 cars fanging around, and there's just nothing but noise at the moment. So you hear them coming in a second. There we go. See if we can get closer. Right near the start of the track at the moment. Straight runs all the way down there. Apparently they're getting up to 300 k's an hour. Down the corner again, and they're running more racing again, which is obviously the point of this weekend. They have an electric Ford Transit, which is really quite interesting to see because you don't exactly hear it coming. You see it speeding off, so you should see it in a minute. Here it is, just behind the Mustang. Probably not a very good shot, but so that was the Ford Transit. We might even see if we can go find it in the car park somewhere. Now, I did also put a couple of my stickers on a couple of Minis that I'd seen here. So if you're watching this and you've got a sticker of Tomo's tune-ups and you didn't want it there, I do apologise. However, you have been one of the lucky people to receive one of the new stickers in which I've made. If you're attending the Ralston Classic this year, 2024, they will be in the packs as well that you received. So hopefully you guys enjoy them. I think the stickers look really good actually. I'm quite impressed with how they turned out. I really wanted to make sure that it did the cars justice and they're not too big and bold and they stand out. So the size that we've got is a really good size, especially for a classic Mini. So we're gonna go for a quick walk over the other side of the park and get some footage of some of the cars that we haven't seen. Grab some lunch, do a little bit more filming, and then we're gonna head off. My flight this afternoon, I think, is about 8 p.m. So I'll probably be out of here by about 4:30, just to make sure that I'm at the airport in time. I'm generally late to almost everything. So, especially because my wife isn't here at the moment, she's usually the timekeeper of everything, keeps you on point. But you know what it's like when you're doing stuff that you love, you get very sidetracked. And before you know it, an hour and a half's gone by and you're running late to a party. Electric bikes. Must be the electric station of it all happening at the show. So that's solar panels all over that car. Let's have a look over here. Monaro with a blower out the bonnet. That's pretty cool. Colour's insane. That's pretty sexy. R35 Skyline, R32 I think, or is it 33? Supercars down here. Look at this guy, he's got the right idea. He's got a scooter towing a cart with an esky on the back. That's a smart idea. Not smart, not wearing a helmet, but smart. Right, so the bikes have just gone out. We're just up the other end of the paddock. We're going to have a look at some of the other cars we didn't get to see yesterday. Cruise around and see if we can find some more minis. I think there's a Daihatsu mirror there, I think. Look at this thing, sex spec. That's cool. .350Z, ZX, or I think it is. That's sexy. car mods fans out there will know what this is. Fair Lady 240Z. It's pretty sexy. You do not see many of these kicking around. I think that's a two-door Triple S Pulsar. I think VZR. Someone could probably fill me in about more info on that. Got some Sylvias here, 240 SX, 180 SX, sorry, 200 SX. Four-door, wow. Had some music pumping last night when I went to bed. I could hear it from literally over a kilometre away. Wasn't fun to try and sleep to. Good thing they must have noise restrictions at around 10 o'clock because it did subside after that. Alright, so today's been a little bit more quiet compared to yesterday. I'm currently, sitting under a grandstand because I just needed to sit back and have a couple of tinnies just to relax and get out of the sun for a bit because, you know, I've worked on my tan long enough. So he's been really good. There's been heaps of stuff. I'm pretty much at the first corner at the moment of the racetrack where everyone actually comes onto the track. So I have a pretty good line of view. Because they've got barriers set up, you can't get obviously as close as you want, which is fine. But it's just nice to be able to get nice and close and just have a little bit of, quiet time, you know, just myself, which is really cool. But at the moment, it is a beautiful sunny day down here in Adelaide. Beautiful blue skies as far as the eye can see. So it looks like we have something coming. Let's maybe get out from under the stands and have a look, see what we got coming at the moment. We've got a pretty good schedule at the moment, so they're just going to do a couple of hot laps, I think, warm up the tyres, and then hopefully we get to see some action, which would be really cool. So we're down here at the moment. They're doing some racing, got some cars, done some 360s. Here comes the Evo. Woo! Check this out. It's old Merc. He lost it before, coming around that corner. We got this Cortina, I think it is, just sideways the whole way. Smelling of smoke, how good's that? Takes it wide. Oh, that's, oh. He's actually lost that twice so far. Done some 360s there, you can kind of just see the burnouts in which he's done. This is what we come here to see. Not the crashes, but you know, good time, tyre smoke, and a lot of noise. This GR Yaris had a bit of oversteer. Probably not designed for a racetrack like this. A little Bath. That thing's pretty cool. This Merc, done some pretty cool things around the corners. Doing a bit of a cool down lap. The old Rex. Cool thing about this weekend is that so many different types of cars come out, and it's good to see old Falcons and Mustangs and Holdens, Kingswoods, old race cars, extra Bathurst cars, supercars, anything and everything come flying out of here. Alright, so at the moment we got, I think Craig Lowndes and an actual F1 driver out on the circuit at the moment, so they're going neck and neck together.
fantastic weekend.
And yes, I'm working on my tan, hence why I got my sleeves rolled up.
Early on here in the session, trying to find
They're
the
going
limits of the vehicle.
hammer and
Here he is
tongs
now,
down the back straight.
exiting the final corner.
And that camera looks like it's
Not held on too well, but anyway. All good. He has overtaken Leyland.
Sound is just next
into
level.
the centre chicane, down
Truly
through the
is.
gearbox of the Leighton house. And he rolls
Here we go.
past the Wakefield Street. Look at that, they're already at the next corner. So talk you through what
Look how quick
Bottas
they
is
are.
driving. He is behind the wheel of
They're just coming around this corner at the moment. You'll see them in a second.
House, driven in
Come
1989,
flying around the
very
corners.
similar era. This
Properly moving down through the track.
two giants.
They'll come along that back straight in just a sec.
Absolutely, absolutely. Both at very youthful early parts of their career, but both of them really designed the race-winning cars from the early 90s all the way through to the late noughties, really. 2 decades of design to this car. He's driven all
How's
I suppose
that?
that's why he is the Formula 1 legend.
Proper
he is
Formula 1
just
racing.
there, around the
Down at
final
Adelaide.
turn.
Can't get any better than
Back on the
that.
power.
Well folks, that concludes the Adelaide Motorsport Festival for 2024. Got Jono sitting down here behind me, enjoying a couple of bevies before he heads off. Thank you very much for having me, mate. Appreciate it. Always good to see you. No worries. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you on another episode of Tomo's Tune-Ups.